Well,
the Gemini music
What
room.
you drinking over there, Herb?
Something I made for him. I made everybody's drink, but she was late, and I didn't have
was late.
opportunity to make you one.
no.
And
I
you
was on
poured
time
so fast
finally.
in your cup, I couldn't make you one.
That's sugar.
What?
That's sugar.
She did.
Well, I bet it is, nigga.
what you on the diet?
I'm actually in the gym trying to. I got goals, baby.
I'm in the gym.
Period.
Nah, this nigga gonna
Alright,
call
goals,
me.
baby.
I do too.
He gonna call me a couple weeks ago talking about, yo, you still smoking? Yeah. You still eating that sugar shit? Yeah. I drink nothing but pure water, nigga.
So y'all
Feel
y'all real life friends.
That's my motherfucking brother right
So
there.
you
I love
ain't
that
telling what the
nigga.
beef was. We've been beefing about this for the past month and some change.
Yeah,
Nah, I told him back then. I didn't tell him
I
this
don't
one.
know. Yeah, I've been probably a couple.
Wait.
Drunk nights, probably forgot.
Before we get into that motherfucking beef, we gotta let them know what this is again. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, we ain't
But
got
not yet.
topics.
We got a cookie in my
I know
mouth.
I'm about to give you
Yeah.
some music. You know, some
Bring
little
it
turn
in,
up
baby.
on.
Bring
Right?
it in.
Oh.
What are you doing? Yeah, baby, twerk that thing.
I will get up, but you gotta lie.
You tell the difference.
Goddamn.
Conservative rap.
Make a nigga pay their head to see it breathe. Hoes get crunk for show, but you ain't know. Kill for the strip, these bitches is on the pole. One on top, up, one down low. And some hoes where they about to take it to the floor. This one for them G's, this one for them dudes that ride them gold D's. Ace and hoes, gonna pull these hoes. Talking about they clothes, you know how it goes. Hit the club just to see a little ass. Every nigga in the club got cash. Smoking weed, sipping Ying, getting drunk. Pop that pussy and get a nigga crunk. Say them niggas wanna hate, it's all in the game. We gon' make them pop that pussy, yin yang in his thing. Them niggas wanna hate, it's all in the game. We gon' make them pop that pussy, yin yang in his thing. 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 Yin yang in his
You can turn her off. Turn her off. I want to hear her.
And we
I'm about to love the picture too.
are.
Shit.
We
I'm about to love the
are.
picture too.
We are.
What is this called again?
I said
yeah.
Shout out to the first time listeners, last time listeners, all time listeners. We appreciate your listenership and your viewership. And boss, you got any
Microsoft, Apple, Wisconsin, all y'all niggas. Thank you for listening.
I thought we was doing the ad.
I thought it was the animals.
I went to the electronics today.
Ah,
You
okay,
raised me up a little bit. I mean,
I'm gonna go to the Deers because while I ride in my neighborhood last night, well, 2 nights ago, it was about 10 at night, and a motherfucker Deers was just staring at me like I ain't belong in my neighborhood. The fuck? I know it's y'all time at nighttime, but still, move the fuck out my way. Shout out to the Deers.
But they pay no
Like
bills
being
on the
mean.
property,
They
so
don't.
they're really visitors.
Yo,
So listeners,
I'm really
we'll-
low, son.
Wait a second,
That's
what are
what-
y'all niggas for?
Really low.
No.
Turn me up. Turn me up. My headphones.
Why would you, Josh? It
Tell them
was
stop.
shit.
Tell them to stop, boys. They tell them to stop. Tell them to stop. Tell them to stop.
Josh, why did you do that?
What?
Tell them to stop, man. You
I
good?
farted?
Yes.
You good?
The way he
That nigga said I farted.
nigga, you sting.
You're welcome.
Tell him that says flowers.
You good? You vibing good?
I'm good.
I can't deal. It's the for
Anyway, listeners, you know what I mean? I am that nigga Trance here with Boss J,
Boss J
and
to the
Adriana,
illest,
and we
know what
have
I mean?
two motherfucking guests with us today, you know what I'm saying?
believe you did
Returning
that.
guests, returning guests. You know what I'm saying? Not only do we have young Herb in here, you know what I'm saying? Herb, you know what I'm saying? Twin City.
I don't hold nothing
You know what I
back,
mean?
baby.
We got
I live by the Shrek code.
wait.
At least said
Hey, I'm trying to do something good.
Oh,
You know
my
what I mean? We
fault.
got Twin City up in here, you know what I'm saying? Sharice up in here, you know. Wait, you got a nickname.
I gotta have
Reese.
a nickname.
No,
Judge,
Reese.
Judge.
Hey, Reese.
I don't really got no nickname.
Judge
Niggas
Sharice.
address me by my name.
My name is
Or
Judge.
put some respect on it.
Judge, that's Judge.
My name's Sharice.
I know that's
Can we
right.
call you Judge today though?
You call me Judge.
Judge Sharice.
And we
Judge.
also have a flagellation in the building. You know what I'm saying? Apparently over there on that side of the table over there is a flagellation going on. Is that true?
We have
A
beef.
what?
For some reason, it's beef. It's beef.
I can't
He wanted to join the club.
I can't
The
believe
fart.
it.
The Fart Club.
I don't
Let
do,
it out?
I don't do well with that.
Hey, look,
shit.
I live by the Shrek code, all right? It's
I ain't-
better out than
was
At
that.
least say excuse me.
I just want to know.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Was it regular or premium?
Because
Premium.
Oh,
Kid
premium.
farts, that's true. But you can't
93?
say it's better
Nigga
out than
almost
in.
got up and walked over
Sex
that
is better
way.
in.
She said you can't have lightning without the thunder.
Don't worry, I'm going to always get you there.
Can't have
She
lightning without
got
the
it
thunder.
there.
He said it's better out than in. I said, not when you talking about sex.
That's what she getting married.
Mama.
Come on now.
Ooh, it's hot, y'all.
I'm
messing with
cold.
What's going
Now I
on,
feel like I
man?
done did something. Why am
It's
I
been a while,
cold?
man.
It's the
been a minute.
motherfucking.
How long you
liquor.
been?
I'm sweating.
When last time I see you?
You know
Look at
what?
that. I'm sweating.
Probably
I
like a
drink.
year.
That's
I am
why
too.
it
It's
hit
that
me
liquor.
like that.
Here.
It's the liquor.
Have
That's
it?
why I'm feeling it.
The drinks tonight are brought to you by Judge Sharice. I made all the drinks except Josh's because he came late.
Facts.
L-E-T-E.
Facts.
L-A-T-E.
NIGGA.
Facts.
Nah, you gotta drop
Hard
the G
ER
for the
if
six.
you're the persuasion of Caucasian. Nah, man.
Oh my.
If you're below the Mason-Dixon belt, whatever it's called.
If you early, you on time. And if you on time,
It's not diamond.
you're
Late.
late.
Well, guess what?
And if you're late,
Y'all see me.
unacceptable.
And if you late, don't even come.
Was that
But not
considered
you because we
CPT?
wanted you here.
Was that CPT time?
I don't know, I'm a different coach.
Nah, we not ascribing to no black stereotypes. There is no CP time.
Not during
Even dick
February.
size?
Not during Black History Month. We're not doing that.
Even dick size?
Huh?
Not
Even
during
dick
Black
size?
History Month.
Every black man got a big dick.
During February.
During
You hear
Black
that,
History Month.
Caucasians?
Look, and during
You are
February,
with the team.
She said,
black men
And
were
we
the
ain't
first to do
questioning
it.
nobody during
you
Black
go.
History Month.
Black men were the first to do it. We were the first to breathe air. You hear that about the first one?
Oh, shit.
I mean, come on, think about it long term. Why do you think the beef between whites and blacks started?
Because the blacks are superior?
Because their dicks was bigger.
And they was fucking their bitches, too.
If you think about it in history, every beef, every war, it all boiled down to some pussy. Every time.
Wow. Elaborate.
Every single
Ooh.
time. When you think about men who have beef with each other, when you think about wars, and everybody likes to talk about the surface things, but when you watch these stories and you watch these documentaries, it always boiled down to a bitch.
I fuck with
Always.
Because she right.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with
Always.
Always. God damn.
Really?
her. I'm
God,
with you.
Think about it.
Shit, you gotta think
Think
about
about
this
it.
shit.
Nah, that's real shit.
I never
Think
really
about it.
realized that.
Nah, that's real shit. It's always over a bitch.
Always.
Is
It's
it?
My nigga is always over-
it's
and I'm glad to
always
see a
over
woman-
bitch.
Saying that because we always say that. But a woman saying that, you know that shit is real.
Well, you right.
You
I stand by
that
it.
is
When
real.
you think,
yo.
think about every beef you ever heard of between niggas. Even if you talk about turf wars, everybody like to say that it's about territory. Always stepped on my territory. No, he fucked his bitch.
Yo, fuck what?
And he mad.
Bitch.
Yo,
Definitely.
that's
Just like
that's real.
where were they at? Was it Memphis? Where was they at? Them 5 black cops that
Oh,
beat
yep.
that nigga ass.
Come to find out, it was over a girl.
It was over
It
his
was
girl.
over
Fuck out of here.
end of the
You lying.
Yeah,
No,
it was.
one of the cops.
That shit was over a
He
bitch?
was fucking.
I
He was
lied
with
not.
his girlfriend. Yes.
Are you serious?
I
The
lied
dude-
not.
The dude that did that too, he smashed some boy's
Was
girl.
it Tyree Nicole?
Nah,
It was his
Ty-
ex. They wasn't even
Ty-
together.
Ty-
They wasn't even together. It was an ex.
It was an ex.
He
So you
smashed-
mean
But I think he smashed him during the time that they were together.
Regardless,
But
the
still,
nigga
they
got
wasn't even
butthurt.
together no more, and he.
I'm okay if a nigga
Whooped his
smash my
ass.
bitch.
You cool with that? I'm gonna be hurt, but
I'm not gonna be
I'm gonna
hurt.
be moved. I
The
gotta
the
move on.
best man win. You smash my bitch. That means she was never my bitch, my nigga. I'm not gonna get mad.
I wouldn't necessarily say that though. I wouldn't necessarily say that
why would you
because
say that?
Cookie
I
on
wouldn't
that.
Why you always
necessarily.
guys talk like that? God, let him.
I wouldn't necessarily
Let him
say
get
that
his
because
shit.
men cheating versus women cheating, there's different reasons for those things. Those are two opposite ends of the spectrum. Men cheat in relationships for different reasons for why women cheat.
That is correct.
So somebody saying that they fucked your bitch, usually, and I'm gonna say usually because I'm not gonna act like there aren't thoughts or hoes in this world that just like to spread their legs open and bust it open for a real nigga. I
It's
mean,
over emotions.
that's fine. Women cheat for emotion.
Emotion.
Men cheat off of opportunity. It's never about looks. I said it earlier. Men do not cheat for looks.
What do you
Uh-oh.
mean? What do you mean?
Men don't cheat for looks. Men do not cheat for looks.
I'm not.
And anytime that a woman finds out that her man cheats,
for an ugly chick.
nah, but see, that's the thing. Anytime a man cheats, the first thing a woman is concerned about is what the woman looks like. And that really is of no consequence. It does not mean anything. Like, because men do not cheat for looks. And you gonna hurt your feelings every time because most of the time it's always a butter bitch.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, motherfuckers? This Fluffy
Leisha.
with a Fluffy Leisha podcast.
And anybody that's willing to catch some ratchet, nasty ass bullshit podcast info, come check us out on Spotify
and all major podcast platforms.
Hey.
Like, it's never somebody that is some Instagram model. You know why? Because them bitches is fucking niggas that is in their caliber. Not saying that your niggas not in their caliber, but they fucking niggas in their caliber. They not looking at your nigga. Mm-hmm. So, like...
So, what is your definition of a man cheating on a woman? Like what do you mean?
Because he want for another pussy.
So, this is a thing. Like, sometimes...
she's saying it's not for looks.
It's not for looks.
It's for looks.
It's for opportunity. It's always for opportunity. It's always for opportunity. Because at the end of the day... There are women who don't care about relationships. There's women who don't care about marriage, and they always gonna be willing to do that with your nigga just to say that they got to feel like they got one up on the wife or they got one up on the girlfriend. I got your nigga. He not loyal. Blah blah blah. All right, you got your pussy wet. What you worried? Like, what are we talking about here? For real. Because in my perspective, from what I bring to the table and the value that I add, so my man ain't no bitch seeing me. I'm not naive to think that there's not another bossed up woman in this world. That would be crazy for me to say that. You ain't never gonna find another bitch like me. You not gonna find another me. That's all I can say to somebody. You might find somebody like me. It's very possible. It's very likely. But you're not going to find another me. That's what it comes down to. It does not matter who this nigga lays with at the end of the day. Outside of our relationship, she's not going to be me. I don't need to know nothing about this girl at the end of the day. For real. Because what value can she add to me? What am I going to get from having a conversation with a girl that slept with my nigga? I know what the dick's like, baby. You're not telling me anything. Okay? I know this man on another level more than anybody. Like, so you can't tell me anything about this nigga. This nigga would have to tell me what he cheated for because that bitch has no value to add to me or no information to give me. So it's never
So you don't hold it based on with the woman. You hold it based on with the man.
I think accountability goes across the board. Accountability goes across the board, but at the end of the day, if he did not value the relationship, if he didn't give me the respect, how do I expect somebody else to reflect that respect for me if my man is not going to do it?
Especially as bitches out here that don't give.
It's not on her at the end of the day. Unless my man cheats with my sister, my cousin, my friend, somebody who knows that I will make it go chitty chitty bang bang and my toolie go bop bop. Like, pew, okay? Big bow, okay? Because I'm legit licensed to carry, and if I show y'all the picture on my concealed carry license, I look like a bitch with guns, okay?
Look at mine, I wonder what I look like now.
I keep this picture on me. I keep this picture on me regularly to humble me.
Pull that shit out.
I keep this picture on me regularly and humble me because at the end of the day, I'm a bad bitch. Okay.
Everybody pull that shit out?
I know this about me. I know that I'm not no ugly bitch. I know I'm not no bottom of the barrel bitch. But I keep this picture on me regularly to humble myself. I look like a bitch that carry guns. Okay.
Facts, you do.
You look like
that is not the same person that you're looking at.
You look like a chick that shot 8 niggas.
Okay? Play with your kids. Okay?
God damn.
Take your glasses off.
Take your glasses off.
Are we bombing the Facebook? Is that Facebook? What you got?
Facebook.
How you doing, Facebook?
Thank God we're friends.
There you go. How you doing?
Hi, Miss Psycho.
I look like a person that do that. So she don't owe me nothing. Not my ex-convict.
Damn, my nigga, we fix that.
You definitely look like ex-convict. Like, you
the
just
camera see that.
can't straight up
camera
with
see
the
that.
orange.
Nah, don't show him like that. Don't do that to him.
I mean, there's nothing to see.
It looked like he got the orange jumpsuit on, like he
a-
came straight out of prison.
Like 6 sins.
That's his prison mugshot.
Then I became a mechanic, a mailman mechanic, you know what I'm saying?
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Boy,
Look at this nigga chameleon.
you really look.
But I always stand firmly in that if the woman is not somebody
yeah,
that
look good,
I
but
personally know, like it's not my friend, it's not my cousin,
She
it's
don't
not
owe
a
you
family member.
nothing.
She don't owe me shit.
all.
She does not owe me anything. That man owes me the loyalty. He owes me
you
the respect.
everything.
He owes me the discretion in our relationship.
He owes you a 1.
He owes me that.
How do you, when a woman gets cheated on by with their significant other with another woman, how do y'all feel? Like, I know how we would feel, but how would y'all?
So
how
by societally, initially, you feel like it's you. You start questioning little things like, could I have done something different? Did I do something to push this? Like, I've had a nigga cheat on me where I really sat there and was like, I know this about you, nigga, because I didn't do shit. I know it's not me. It can't be me. I done gave 150% of myself. It can't be me.
But it's a lack of communication, because whatever a nigga cheat on you for, it's like, damn, you couldn't come talk to me first about it? Like, damn, am I not sucking your dick good enough so you have to go find another bitch to do it?
But I know I'm doing that.
Exactly, but what if you're not doing it to his liking? Because every nigga don't like his dick sucked the same exact way.
That's
you
true.
have to communicate with me like, damn, am I going too fast for you? You want me to slow it down a little bit, make it a little bit wetter for you?
You want it more
like,
often?
Yeah, you want it every day.
Am I not doing it enough?
Like, communicate with me. Don't go out there and find a bitch at work to suck your dick on lunch break.
The reality is, women are emotional. We talk
Very.
about stuff. We are always that, how you feeling? What you doing? What's on your mind? Like, I ask those questions to my fiance. How's your mental health? Like, is there anything that I can do to make your life easier? Is there anything that I can do to make you feel better? Like, men go through depression and emotional stages that women really won't understand, because men are groomed to be providers. They're groomed to be strong. They're taught that crying is for women. They're taught that showing emotion is feminine. Like, they're not taught to embrace their feminine side. So if you come across a man who's been coached and groomed like that his entire life, he doesn't know how to express. It's not even fair to expect him to express himself like that, because he was never taught.
Married, man. This is why, because you understand
That
this,
ain't
yo.
got a
get
man's
it.
mental
You
health.
understand us
It's a
niggas,
reason
man.
why niggas
It's like the
cheat.
Malcolm X of
Because
us
their mental
niggas,
health
right?
is not all the way.
They don't know how to
God damn.
process it. They don't know how to
so they feel as
process
they're
it.
running out. They be like, okay, as long
That's
as
our pain.
right, but then
That
a
shit
lot
just set our
of people
pain.
see their grandpop how the song is what is it? Papa was a Rolling Stone or whatever the case is. But as long as he kept his household together, because that's what our grandmoms used to do. As long as he paid the bills, took care of the kids, kept food in the house, everything else, he can do whatever he wanted to do.
But men do that because that's expected of them. Society
Right.
teaches men that they are supposed to do that, and not only are they supposed to do that, but they are supposed to do that and expect no praise behind it. No, like, you don't get not like people like a
And
man. If
that's
a man
where
goes up
men-
and say, "I pay all the bills, I take care of my kids," they gonna be like, "What you want, a cookie, nigga? You supposed to do that." But the reality is, there's so many men that don't adhere to their responsibilities that you should praise the men that do those things, because
Right.
it's very easy for a
Better.
man to say, "Nah,
Okay.
nah, I'm not taking care of that kid. I don't care that I
Fuck
made
that.
it. Fuck them kids."
Fuck
So
them
everybody
kids.
know that I'm president of the Fuck Them Kids
Fuck them
Society.
kids.
I know that's right. You gotta have a fuck them kids at least 1 or
Straight
2
up.
weekends a month.
1 or 2 weekends. I say fuck them kids daily, including mine.
shit.
Okay? Because I take care of my kids, so I can do that.
Hell yeah.
I know that's right.
Fuck them
Listen,
kids.
Fuck
Yeah,
them niggas.
fuck
Okay?
them
I said what I
kids.
said.
I
Damn.
like that saying.
Fuck
right
them
there.
kids.
Fuck
so why do you cheat?
Ooh.
Get
Damn.
right into it. Come on.
That's a good
Lord.
question, man.
Because we sitting here talking about, men cheat because of the mental health and men
let's,
cheat
let's
because
ask,
of...
Well,
let's
she
ask the
summed
PG question. Have you cheated?
Oh, he
I have
has.
cheated. I have.
Okay.
That's why I can ask him the
I
straightforward
have cheated.
question.
But you summed it up. Like,
Nah, we want
Because
yours. Why did you as an individual...
because I'm looking for something. It's something that the woman is not giving me that I try to look for it in other women. So it's just like she summed it up. Like the woman that I'm with, like I wouldn't cheat if you worried about my you worried about my self well-being, you worried about my day, you worried about my mental health. Why would I cheat?
I still
That's
feel
a
like
question you ask yourself.
I think that there are
Ooh,
still
shit.
men. There are
That's a
still
question
men that
you
get
ask
everything that they
yourself.
need from women,
And
and they
still
still
cheat.
cheat.
Damn.
Like, they have a post out that says you can suck his dick, you can fuck him when you want to,
You can feed them.
you can feed him, you can help him around the house, you can take care of the kids, you can work, you can go on vacations, you can give him everything he needs, and that nigga is still cheat, because at the end of the day,
It's just I think it's a part
because
of the game.
I do think that. I think you do have to chalk it to the game at the end of the day, because people have a saying that say a man will be a man, and I don't like that saying, because it really puts men into a box. And it makes it seem like, well, all men are cheaters, so you just have to deal with it.
Right. And
At
that's
the end of the day, that's not true. All men do not cheat. But it takes a lot of growth. It takes a lot of addressing your mental health. It takes a lot of commitment,
patience and time.
patience and time for a man to not be a cheater at the end of the day. Women talk about the temptations that we get every day. Yeah, we can go to the gas station, a nigga try to holler at us. Yeah, motherfuckers try to holler at me if I'm leaving out of my work building. Like, I don't even, like, it's people in my life, I don't even know what they niggas look like, because I don't look niggas in the eye. When I meet them, I don't make eye contact. I don't need nobody to think that I'm trying to flirt with you or nothing. I don't make eye contact with no nigga but my nigga. I don't need to look at nobody but him.
That's what's up.
At the end of the day, okay, I can be friends with you. I can be cool with you, but I don't look at you like that, and I don't need to look at you like that.
As you shouldn't.
Okay, because people
nothing
misconstrue
but
shit. People misconstrue
exactly.
shit.
Hallelujah.
Your girl stared at me for 5 minutes. I thought she was trying to give me the pussy. Wait a minute.
Wait a second, nigga.
I just
Ask how your day was. Wait a second. I can't even have a normal conversation with you because you gonna take it as I was flirting. Nah, nigga, I'm just trying to be a friend. Being nice.
It's not just the guys, ladies. This is women too.
Wait, we didn't say it was just the guys.
No, I said it was both.
You know,
Yeah,
I
we
was
just
with
give
a
it
woman
our
not too long ago. Josh can vouch for this. I was with a woman with 5 kids.
Yeah, very disrespectfully.
I
but
was,
we ain't gonna talk
my
about that.
ex-husband.
We can talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I
Yeah,
met my
talk about it.
ex-husband. He had 5 kids. I had none.
Talk about it. I mean,
Can I get gunshots, please?
got them shits on, really? You got the flex joints too?
You got
Yeah, drop the bombs. Drop the bombs.
we
He
not-
had
we
5
not-
kids and I had none. And I still married this man. I had 2 more. I added 2 to the tribe. So I get it. It's both sides. It definitely is both sides. I understand that.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Always gonna be fuck them kids. Let's always
Y'all
go
see
back
that?
to the main point at hand. It's
Easiest
gonna be
game
fuck
out
them
this
kids.
bitch.
That's the baseline right there. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them
That's the
kids.
base of it.
I was with a woman for a while with she had 5 kids. She had 2 baby fathers, and that didn't bother me. You know, I cared about her as a person, how she made me feel. So you know, I went into the relationship with all that stuff. You know, and still,
Give me the bombshells.
you know, she still was talking to other men while I was with her.
Did she say why? Did you care? Let's say, did you care to ask why?
I didn't even know.
But how much did you really care about her? Let's be real.
Here we
How
go.
much did I care?
How much did you just said you cared about her, but
I
how much did you really care about
I
her?
cared enough to sacrifice myself and move to a whole nother state. To
Okay.
change my life for her.
No. How much did you really care about her?
Because this
Her
is
emotional
what
state.
she's
How much
saying
do you
is
really
that
care about her?
when you're with somebody and like you're emotionally, and I mean fully emotionally involved, because men say that they get emotionally involved with women, but you still keep a wall up.
Yeah.
And that's honesty.
You have to,
but it's
baby.
because of how men are conditioned
Yeah.
that to
You have
not
to.
feel
heart
freely.
is racing.
They don't feel freely to express themselves. They don't feel freely to be that emotional and that vulnerable. See, that's that V word that niggas is afraid of.
Vulnerability. Ooh.
Niggas
What's
are
the V
afraid
word?
of vulnerability.
I don't be vulnerable for what?
See,
What's
that's
that? What I be
that's the
vulnerable
thing though. You have to see women when we enter into relationships and we're really attempting to make the relationship work and grow into something. We enter in with vulnerability because we are breeded to be nurturers.
I had to learn.
We're
to be
we're
vulnerable.
groomed
And
to
that's
be
what us men-
emotional.
they say that us men don't like that, but that's what we.
But that's what
want.
you need.
Yes.
I had
That's
to-
what
I
you
had to-
need.
I had to learn to be like that.
Like it's this
But
is,
you still didn't
these
answer
are
my
proven
question. How
facts.
much did you care about her?
Men seek
cared about her a
men
lot.
seek their
How much
mothers
is a
and women
lot?
seek their fathers.
Because you couldn't have cared about her a lot.
That's facts.
I think I cared about her a
You
lot because I
couldn't have cared.
sacrificed a lot.
What did you sacrifice? You didn't care about her a lot because you emotionally damaged one of her children.
I did, and I can admit to that. I did.
Wait a minute, hold on, because I got this
Shit.
facts now that I don't know what happened.
I did.
That's why we beef. That's why we got beef. On
That's
the
why
low.
y'all got beef?
We got beef because
I didn't know what it
I've
was,
grown
but
up
I
with
did.
childhood
This is the
trauma
beef.
I
when
did.
it comes to, you know what I mean, stuff that happened.
Why are you so loud?
I'm sorry, am I loud?
She's
expressing
herself.
I'm sorry, but no, because I feel very passionate
passionate.
about
She's
that
passionate.
because
She's
I feel like
I mean, you're not the only one that didn't feel that way. A lot of
right.
people.
I'm not
felt
saying
that
it
way,
was
and I
100%.
respect
Is that
it,
something
you know?
that we
Right.
can't really talk
No,
in
yeah, I mean,
detail
we can
about
touch
what
on it.
happened,
We
or
can
y'all
talk
comfortable
about
about
it.
talking
We
about what
can-
happened?
I'm comfortable with it, you
Okay.
know, because there's probably somebody else that can learn from this situation.
right.
Absolutely.
It's a learning situation, but how it happened, you know, I didn't respect it because I've been through that as a child growing up with my mom and my dad and the whole.
Okay, before it all goes down, I didn't give them the. You know how you told me everything?
Yeah,
I didn't tell them everything.
I know.
Know what I
She
mean?
probably
Because
saw the
I
video
didn't
or
want to.
something, or-
I didn't want to
Yeah, it
put
was
your
just-
wait a
business
minute, it
out
was a
there.
video?
So
Yeah.
it was
Feel
a
me?
video. It was a, what was he, 10?
Oh, he's 12.
12-year-old little boy.
That was beautiful.
That was
beautiful.
I like
the
that.
little boy.
Yes,
So
that
the
was
little
good.
boy was
Good.
12 years old. Was he disrespectful? I can give it that. Yes. But the way he responded to it, no grown man should respond to a child the way that he did. You should have took it up with his mother, and his mother should have handled it.
So what happened?
So it was that's your story. You gonna put it out there. But how I felt about it was, you shouldn't have put him on blast the way you did, because you're doing nothing but emotionally damaging him. You're hurting him. You don't know what your video, your posting, whatever you did on YouTube could have damaged him as a little boy. He might have been thinking he was big dog and trying to put you on blast, but that was his outlet. I understand that's your outlet, but as a grown ass man to a little boy, you're tearing him down as a little black boy growing up in America. And we as people, we shouldn't be doing that. You could have caused him to
Commit suicide.
There we go. That was my thing. It's like you're damaging him emotionally. What he did was fucked up, yes. But as a little boy, that was his mom's job to correct him, because you were no longer in the picture. Now, if you were still in the picture, then you correct him on the side, not blast him on internet talking about how dirty his room is and how he pissed the bed and all this other stuff. Like, that's emotionally damaging him on the forefront on the internet.
See,
he could get bullied that
somebody
way.
actually said that.
Watch that whole thing.
Somebody actually said, "Don't text me today," and said, and I was in our group chat, and it said, in order to get through to the children of this generation, you gotta embarrass them. And I know that I know it's a fine line to say that, but the reality is these new generation of kids are very different.
Right.
Very different than how we grew up.
But it's to a certain extent.
We didn't have to get embarrassed because a quick backhand was going to get us in.
Backhand in front of your friends.
Backhand in front of your friends was enough.
I feel
to be like, you
like-
know what? I'm not doing that, because one, kids are cruel.
These kids
And
nowadays
kids
have no
witness your
emotion.
embarrassment. You can be embarrassed for that moment, but
they
kids
act
are going to
out
make sure
and
your
hurt.
embarrassment lasts a lifetime.
Yeah,
Right.
These kids.
But then that embarrassment for a lifetime
thing
can
is
damage
kids wanna
that
be in
kid.
It's very emotionally
And
damaging.
it's very
I
emotionally
agree.
damaging,
I
and
agree.
that's where we fail as a people, because we don't uplift each other. We tear each other
But
down.
you know, people have embarrassed black people
Just like with my
for
flatulence.
years, for
Right.
hundreds of years.
But
That
why
has
do we
been
got to
the-
keep adding on to it?
That's
we
the
have to
thing.
be the
It has-
change to not do it.
You
See,
have to break the
me
cycle.
raising my children, I don't ever want, because I grew up, my mother embarrassed me in front of my friends.
I would like to be that
I
mother.
grew
I'm not
up.
gonna lie.
No, not me. I don't want to be that.
I don't know
mother
the extent to how your
growing
mother
up.
embarrassed you.
Oh, my mom used
But
to
I would
whoop
like-
my ass in front of my
I would
friends.
like to be the embarrassing mom. I'm just putting that out there.
No, my mom used to whoop my ass with a belt. Put your hands on the car and whoop me in front of my
Assume the
friends.
position?
Yeah,
Assume the
assume that
position outside.
Because I was out there running the
my
streets.
dad beat me in class. Like,
Bullshit.
he my mom
Damn.
in the classroom
Damn.
next to my
That's
class
a real
in,
dad.
in elementary school. I got my
Exactly.
ass whipped in school.
All I
At
see-
PS DuPont.
I
They
was
let it
that
happen.
boss. All I did was look at the classroom door. My mom right there with the belt, coming right in there.
To sum up
As a
what
kid,
you-
yeah, I went to a
what you
lot
talked
of
about,
elementary and middle
DuPont.
schools.
to sum up what she talked about, I think me and him both acted out and hurt. Like, I love that little
I believe
boy.
that.
Correct.
Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, I wish him like the best, and life goes on. Like, I look at that little boy as my son. Like, I shared so much with that kid. So to see him put something on the YouTube about me, I mean, it was.
Out of all the
You
kids, he
should have
was the
went
most
to
hurt.
him.
I was hurt.
You should have went.
Out of the kids that she had,
You
that she was
shoulda
around,
went
he was
to
the most
him.
hurt.
I was very childish.
You met him at his childish
making
state.
another and I didn't realize how childish I was till I actually made the video, and then someone called me out on it, so I deleted it. But you know, I took a long time to reflect on it, and I love him. He probably watching. You know, he probably gonna watch this joint, and I want to let him know that I love him from here on out. Like, I still love him. Like, even I don't even
He
care
need to
about
hear
that
that,
video.
So you gave him an apology?
I didn't give him a formal apology. You know what I'm saying? Because me and his mom is still going at some type of like court legal stuff right now. But like between me and his situation, we don't have a relationship right now. Because I mean, a lot of women don't understand that when we go into these new relationships and the kid is not ours, and then things don't work out, and the relationship that we gain with that children, we can't. It's not like we can go to court and say, hey, can I get visitation rights or
Right, but
still
you
have a
won't get
relationship?
that because-
It's over. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that hurts. I gained a relationship with this boy, You know what I'm saying? He was like literally, this is I felt this guy was my son. Like,
So do you feel as though you would give him the apology?
I will definitely.
I can respect you for that.
I would definitely.
And we can squash our beef.
I definitely.
We can squash our beef.
Oh,
his name
look
is
at
Nate
us.
the
Come on,
Vlogger.
I said I was bringing pieces
I
No, we can squash our beef because he can acknowledge.
Son,
So
shit, Eagle fan,
as a
son.
grown man, see, as our black community, we fail to acknowledge our wrongs and make an attempt to make it right.
Accountability.
Accountability. We lack of taking
is the 2023 term.
accountability.
You
I
gotta
ain't never
take
wrong.
accountability.
And I can appreciate that because even
That's
with
not-
me
that's a
growing
problem.
I
up,
never wrong.
You wrong sometimes.
Right.
but as a me
Never.
growing up,
You gotta admit it.
people
Never.
don't take accountability. Our parents never took accountability.
But you know
Growing
what?
up,
It's in when we
it's
make
a new
the
age.
thing that happens is us as an adult, we look at our parents like it took me a long time to get in a space where I could realize that I had to accept my parents for who they were. I had a terrible childhood. Okay, I'm not gonna go into details because I've come to peace with things that happened to me as a child.
That's how you move forward.
But I mean, I've had family members violate me. I've had family members abuse me. I had abuse on behalf of my father. Like, at the end of the day, and today, I will lay my life on the line for my dad. Regardless of what kind of father he was, regardless of what kind of mother my mom was, they did the best they could with the tools that they had at the time that they experienced us as children.
Right.
And we cannot expect our parents to give us things that they were never given and they were never taught. And that's where we go wrong as adults. We look at as kids, you look at your other friends, you look at their relationship with their parents, and
I can't see
first
me.
start that by saying that all the stuff that glitters is not gold. You think a kid is having the best life and their parents give them everything they want behind closed doors, that kid's getting their ass beat. Like, there's a lot of things that goes on behind closed doors that you have no idea about. So you just see this relationship and you think, well, dang, why can't my mom do that? Why can't my dad do that? But they can't do that because they were never given that. They were never taught that. And it's not fair to give that expectation to them. And I had to learn that through therapy and over time and having to work through my child traumas. I had to realize that I had to accept my parents for who they were and forgive them, not for them, but for me.
So were you able to forgive them without them acknowledging your hurt?
I forgave my parents before they ever acknowledged it. I did have a moment, I guess you can call it an epitome, a life changing light bulb moment, where I was like, after one of my sessions, I went and I said, I want to have a conversation with both my mom and my dad. I want to sit down and say, listen, I know you did these things to me. Like, there was a lot of things that happened in my life that if my father had stepped up when he should have, though, I feel like those things would have never happened to me. There are things that happened to me where I feel like if my mom would have just been a mom and pulled me in as a kid.
Oh, he fought again?
Don't you talk about farts.
My nigga.
I would have had a better childhood. But
I feel you.
It's not fair though, because at the end of the day, I have a great career. I'm finishing up my first year of law school. Would I have been this person if I had not experienced those things?
Right.
So you have to be able to pull a positive out of any situation, no matter how fucking terrible it is. My childhood was terrible, but I am a force to be reckoned with at 34 years old. Like, this city don't even know what's coming to them when I finish law school. Okay,
I know that's
I'm
right.
not like Hov said. I got smoke for all the people that make laws. I'm not
Fuck
playing
them
with
kids.
nobody.
I know that's right.
And it's always gonna be fucking kids. I don't care how big I get. If you all listening and y'all go on the little TikToks that y'all not supposed to have for my children, because I know y'all on somebody's TikTok.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids, and I said what I
know
said.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh,
But
you need to
yeah,
get
I
a
think
word
where I
in, brother.
fell
Are
is
you okay?
because I
Y'all
can't.
laugh.
I don't want to say I can't forgive. Like, I forgave,
fuck?
but then it was taken back because the lack of acknowledgement. It's like when I had a conversation. It's
Can't
like
talk when a bunch
they
of
said
you
they
don't
didn't
want
do
to exactly. You don't want to acknowledge it, and then it reopens the wound. It's like, damn. All I want you to do is acknowledge my hurt. You don't understand the things that I went through inside. Because you don't want to
think
acknowledge,
they
and when I
do,
try to
though.
open it, but when I try to open up, and when you deny it, it just makes me feel even worse. It's like, damn, I don't even want nothing to do with you. I'm tired of keep trying to rebuild and trying to, turn a wrong into a right so we can have a better relationship. It's just like, when I express how I feel about the things that I've grown up with, and you just, well, what was I supposed to do? The fuck you mean? What was you supposed to do? acknowledge
you have to
it.
realize that that's not your wrong to correct.
Right, it's not
at
my
the end
wrong.
of the day.
But I
It's-
want you to at least acknowledge you're wrong so we can move forward. Like, I acknowledge mine, but why can't you acknowledge yours?
Because emotionally we feel like we need that.
Oh, yeah.
Emotionally we feel like we need someone to say, I did this to you. I acknowledge I did this to you. It was wrong.
Yeah, I need it
I'm
in details.
sorry.
I want it specific. I want
But
it.
you have to dig deep in yourself, and we could talk about this offline too, because I can see it in your eyes. You can always see trauma in people's eyes. I tell people all the time, the eyes never lie. No matter how happy you appear, I can always spot trauma in people's eyes, and I know that because trauma recognizes trauma.
Silly.
Okay.
Like trauma?
It's like the color
Yes.
purple. It's like
Absolutely.
It's like the color
I do.
purple. It's like, see,
Oh, I got trauma.
Yes.
You have a lot. Nigga.
Yes. In the eyes, it doesn't
You
lie.
have a lot.
She on some real shit.
It doesn't lie. It doesn't. The eyes never lie.
Judge, what about me, Judge?
I don't see it. I don't see it from
Absolutely.
the eyes though.
You see that
I
shit?
ain't even had to look long.
You was just crying, nigga.
She said, "Damn, nigga, you fucked up."
You was just crying.
But what you have to do is you have to dig deep in yourself and understand that at the end of the day, you think you need that acknowledgement, but you really don't, baby. You don't.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't-
not saying I
you don't really
need
need
it, but to
Oh, shit, we need
grow
tissue.
into a stronger relationship with my parents, I need it.
All you
if
have
not,
to do
I
is
distance myself. I have distanced myself. I can live and move on without my
that's
parents.
how you're supposed to do it, though.
Oh, that's what I am
that's
doing.
what you're supposed to do, though.
But I would
You can-
rather have my parents with me because I understand how they grew up and how they raised me was because of how they grew up. But I want you to acknowledge. Stop. I want you to at least so we can have a better relationship.
But you gotta understand that, and I'm gonna just give you a small. I'm gonna give you a small example. I'm gonna give you a really short example. My father wants to conceal carry. He can't conceal carry. He couldn't conceal carry because of his criminal history was stopping him from being able to purchase a gun.
That's my nigga.
That's what he wanted to do. Well, when he applied for clemency and he applied to have his record expunged, a letter was sent to me. I never even had this conversation with my dad, but a letter came to me and it said, "Hey, this person is applying for their record to be expunged. If you would like to show up to their hearing and say just as to why they should not be relieved of this wrongdoing or this transgression, then you're more than welcome to show up at the end of the day." And my stepmom was like, "Well, why would they send you a letter?" No, see, I know this man my whole life. You know him because you married to him,
but you don't know him.
This is my daddy, okay? They sent that to me because I was one of his victims. And I was hung out of a window, a 3-story window when I was a child by him, okay? At the end of the day, my dad believed back in that time, my dad thought it was more important to be financially present in somebody's life than to be physically present in his children's life. And he made mistakes with all of his children, okay? He fell short with all of us. That's something that we've all acknowledged, that he's acknowledged. And I sat down and had a conversation with him. This is what you did wrong. Like, I was living with my high school boyfriend when I was 14 years old because my father had an opportunity to take me in at that time and he didn't. Because he felt like we would bump heads. We didn't have the right personalities to be trying to live in the same house at that point. He felt like I just wanted to go do my own thing. I didn't want to listen to nobody. And in hindsight, he was right. At 14, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I was on my own. I was put out of the house at 14 and forced into the path.
That's the same story my wife went through.
The path of the person you see today. So my dad had an opportunity at that time, and in my head as a child, I looked at that like my dad you had an opportunity to be my knight in shining armor, and you didn't do it. You could have rescued me, and instead you threw me to the wolves. Right. That's the way I looked at that as a child. As an adult, I looked at it as my dad made a choice a long time ago for the streets. And it didn't matter what other obligations he had. He thought he had to make the money. And you can't take care of these babies without the money.
Y'all.
So I'm gonna go make the money, and then y'all can figure all the rest of the other shit out because I don't got time to be trying to deal with that. I had to realize that wasn't personal. We make things personal. Things that people do to us, we internalize it. We make it personal. And we carry that weight with us. And these people are going on with their life and they're sleeping.
Right.
They're sleeping good.
Real
they
good.
Going on and doing things and whatever in their life, and we are losing sleep at night, we in therapy.
I had to say the same thing to Jess because she carried that to her adult life and kept blaming her mom the way that her life turned out. I said, you gotta learn to forgive. Don't forget.
Never.
But you gotta let go of that because you're an adult now. So you gotta make these decisions and try to move on and better your life. You can't be like, oh, I'm 30-something years old. Shit's not happening for me. If this would have happened when I was back in the day. You gotta live from your experience.
Got to.
You know.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, motherfuckers? This Fluffy
Leisha.
with a Fluffy Leisha podcast.
And anybody that's willing to catch some ratchet, nasty ass bullshit podcast advice, come check us out on Spotify
And all major podcast platforms.
Hey.
You know. So yeah, similar story.
But people think of like forgive and forget, and they think that means that they're
I
supposed
said
to just
forget,
wipe
but
it out
don't
their
forget.
mind.
Always
But
remember.
you don't have to forget, but you also have to let it go.
Yeah.
In its physical sense and in your present life, you have to
Right.
let it go. Because
That's the kind of woman I'm into now.
Like-
I like the women that
You over
that
here
been
rubbing
through
your
some
nipples, nigga?
it's not rubbing his nipples.
What you over here doing?
But I like my women to go through something. I like that.
You like them to go through something?
You like them to go through trauma.
I don't. Yeah,
I
because
think
I think
trauma
they
builds
strong.
character.
damage.
Emotional damage.
The woman gotta be. I like the women that are strong.
Because I feel like
you have to
when you go through a lot
That's
of
not a
trauma, you
compliment no
appreciate
more,
it.
though.
It's
It's
not a
really not a
compliment.
It's
compliment.
not.
It's some real. Like, why do you want to? Like, I'm not all there. Like, I probably experienced the same shit that Jess and you went through. A man goes through that too. It's not just a woman. But why do I want somebody who had it all? Who had a perfect life, had the silver spoon and all.
Because
like,
everybody
Because you
has
can
something
see-
to
Because
take from
credit,
somebody.
nigga.
Yeah, you
How
could
can
you
they
could
help
you
that,
could
nigga?
learn not the
How can they
Hellcat.
help that?
But see, listen. So
You
this
can
is a good
learn from
example.
her.
So this is an example. I went without. I did not have birthday parties. I wasn't going on school field trips and stuff. When kids was going on school field trips, I was at home or I was stuck at school at the library because I wasn't going on field trips and all that stuff. My fiance was very fortunate. He went on those trips. He went on those field trips. He did all that stuff. You have something to gain from everybody, even if somebody didn't have the same life experience as you. So what he exposed me to is realizing that I can want better things. I can want nice things, and I'm not a bad person for it.
Right.
I always felt like I had to live in frugality because, I came from nothing. I got to work for everything. I can't be trying to be up here being flashy, going on vacations and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, why not? I work fucking hard.
Exactly.
I work hard. Yeah, we gonna hit that. Like he said, chapter 2 of his book is trick on your wife. Like, and I support that.
But do you see?
Trick on your wife, baby. Trick on your wife.
But do you see how both of y'all get along? He went through some shit too, right? Am I right?
He did.
And you
He
went through
did.
some shit. So y'all compatible for each other.
Yeah, but he
How
went
can
through
you
his
be
stuff in
compatible
his
with
adult
somebody
life.
who had it
He went
all?
through his stuff in his
But his
adult life because
childhood
of his
life
choices,
is
not
different.
because of his childhood traumas. He went
Right.
through those things because of his choices in his adult life, not because I've gone where I've gone in life because of my childhood traumas. They have groomed me, and then I had to therapize. I made that word up. into this person.
It is good.
Thank you.
I see that in the
I believe
dictionary.
They about to put that in the dictionary. I see it in the Urban Dictionary.
Okay, Google. What is therapizing?
I had a beautiful life.
But that's what it is, because you could appreciate, and that's an extra conversation that helps grow a beautiful relationship, because you guys are getting to know each other on two different emotional levels.
Absolutely.
And that creates another beautiful bond, because it's just like, all right, well, you didn't experience these type of, like, he took it into consideration. You didn't experience these kind of things.
I'm gonna make sure you
So
do it.
here I go. I'm going to give it to you. And
like,
it's something he didn't
listen.
experience. Boom, I hear you, babe. Now you going to experience that. That's something else to create and grow a beautiful relationship.
Now-
And that is so good.
Now,
Yes.
say what you always say.
Say what I always say.
I can't wait till I have that.
I can't wait till I get a new man and
go,
experience
there you
those type of
You want
things.
Why don't you have a man?
Well, I don't have it because
Are
I'm
you
crazy.
picky?
I am picky.
I appreciate
They
the
say I'm
honesty.
picky.
Y'all said you crazy, but
She said I'm crazy.
They say I'm
what do you mean?
picky.
How are you crazy though?
And it's just because I expect certain things, and I'm not going to settle for less.
I don't think
Okay,
that
what
makes
do
you
you expect?
crazy though. That like
But
we need
God
to change
system-
that.
Get your
Well,
pen and paper. It's gonna be a
the
list.
way I grew up
Don't
with
do her. Don't do her.
the way I grew up with dating men, it was just something different. So it was just I don't know. I can't really explain it.
She
But
don't want no hood nigga.
no. Wait. Backtrack.
Oh wait, every girl want a hood nigga.
No. I'm over the hood niggas. I used to love the hood niggas.
Why
It
you
was
smiling
fun
while
and
you saying
exciting.
it,
want a
bro?
nigga who
She said it was really exciting.
I want a
love the hood
nigga
niggas.
that's
I just want
going
somebody
to
Tyrone
genuinely
turned me
themselves.
on.
right. I want a
That's
nigga
it. Somebody
that's
who's
going
genuine
to
themselves.
Tyrone turned me
be
on.
genuine themselves and actually take in consideration me. Getting to know me, my childhood traumas, all my traumas, my ups, my downs. I want someone who's going to actually bring more happiness into my life. I want someone that's going to make me smile. I don't want someone, we could argue here and there because, it makes up for
Because you like arguing.
just a tad
The
bit.
makeup sex.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the only
just
reason
lovely.
why.
It could just
The
be like
greater
little
debate.
mommy.
I like
Like,
debate.
fuck you.
I like debating.
Yeah, like
I
debate.
like debating, and that's the thing. Like I don't want to call it debating. Niggas be like, "Oh, you always want to argue." I don't want to argue. I want to. It's like a debate. Like
But what's
I
wrong
want
with
to
that?
know exactly. I want to know how you feel, and you want to hear how I feel. And when niggas be like, "Oh, well, you always want to argue," no, I feel as though you're not
I'm the
listening
wrong
to
person to
me.
have this conversation
So
with me.
that's why you
I
say
wanna
I'm
argue.
arguing because you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm getting
I
my
hear
point
that a lot
across,
from
and you're
women.
getting your point across. I want you. It's a conversation. It's a debate.
can I
It's
ask you
not
a
an
question, though?
argument. It's just me and you going back and forth. What's up?
Like as a man, how can you show that you're listening to the woman? Because I hear that a lot. Every woman says the same thing.
So
You're
listen to
acting-
what
Now,
she's
listen,
saying.
have you heard that, my nigga?
It's
But
in-
listen.
You haven't
it's
listened
in
to
your
me.
actions.
Listen
I
to
don't
what
think
she-
you're listening to me.
But after the
And
argument,
you
what
know
are you
what my
doing
response
after?
is?
But no, listen. What are you doing after the argument? If she says, "Oh, you're not doing this enough for me," what are you doing after the argument? If she say, "Oh, you don't cook. I come home every day. I gotta cook. I gotta clean." She's complaining that she's always tired, and you guys
She's
are arguing
overwhelmed.
about that, and she's overwhelmed. What are you doing after the argument?
Get a fucking Red Bull.
That's the disrespect.
See, that's
You're not listening.
And that's where men
You're
have to
not
understand.
listening.
You have to meet
The
people.
side effects are on point. I love
That
it.
part. You have to meet people on their levels.
That's the side
Women
effects.
are
Side effects.
emotional and men are logical. You want to know how I appeal to my man? I appeal to his logic. When he's speaking about things that he wants to do, when he's speaking about goals and aspirations, I appeal to that. I speak to that. I show him that I'm listening when he's talking about those things because he's been in conversations with people where he's been trying to get everybody money and nobody is really on the same wave as him. And I had to say, you had to realize that they're not on your level. And that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. I am emotional, so he appeals to my emotion. When I tell him that I'm having a bad day, when I tell him that, I'm about to cuss somebody out, they got me 50 shades of fucked up at work. I don't know what's going on, I don't know what's up. Yeah, 50 shades of fucked up, they got me. And he'll be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He encourages me. When I threatened to quit law school every 2 weeks the first semester. This shit is a whole nother ball game. It's a new beast.
I bet.
This is crazy.
Fuck
Okay?
that.
I didn't know anything about the teachings. I didn't know anything about the studying. I didn't know anything about their testing modes. Like, this shit was a culture shock to me. And he literally looked at me and was like, I didn't even know that quitting was an option. I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about here? You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a federal judge. Like, that's the end goal for me. So, like, what do you mean you're gonna quit? You're not gonna quit. I mean, you're gonna get frustrated, and that's okay. And I'm the person that I'm a bitch about it, but I'm gonna do it.
Right.
All right. Let me have my emotional moment about
But he
it.
does something to make you feel better.
He
in that
provides me comfort that I cannot even find within myself.
Damn.
And it's something that
Like what?
I
I want to learn this. Like what is it
It's-
doing?
It's unexplainable.
So,
it's just like
it's one of those things where I am in the process of experiencing something with this man that I've never experienced with any man, not even my
Because I
father.
think some women do that just because of sex. The sex is real good, so this
The
is
sex
how they
is
talk.
amazing. Shout out to Bay.
I know.
All right,
I know.
let's put that out there. Let's put that out
But
there.
is that really what it is? Like
It's not just that.
It's not
because
just that.
because
But does he really mentally,
let's be
like,
all the
get
way
to you?
real.
Or-
Let's be all the way real.
Yeah, I
Same
want
way they
to.
say it's
Let me
plenty
hear
of fish in the sea. It's plenty of good dicks out there. Okay, let's not act like
But
we
it's
ain't
the
all
way
have
that
more
dick make
than
you
one
feel.
sexual experience. But because women are emotional, if we can tie our emotions to sex, it makes it that much more enjoyable for us.
My dick is not the next dick. Understand that? You know it, Jess.
It's the way your dick makes her feel. It's just like my sexual connection with my ex. It's just like we had this emotional connection. It's just like as soon as he slide, it's just like it's just a feeling.
I don't have to be in the same room with my nigga. Okay?
Is it the connection or is it the dick?
No, it's not. It's more than dick. It's more than the dick.
It's the connection. It's the emotion.
I can read a text message from this man. Like I was in Florida. Okay, I was in Florida for work for 3 days. I just came back yesterday. Okay, I can read a text message from this man, and I'm thousands of miles away, or however many miles away Florida is from Delaware, or whatever. And I'm just like, damn, I love this nigga. Like,
it's just the way he makes you feel inside.
I love him. When I tell him that my day has been rough, he finds ways to make my day lighter. He finds ways to make my life easier. Mm-hmm. I've been with him for over a year. This nigga's never told me no. I don't even know what that word means. What's no?
So can I ask you a question, though, Judge?
Spoiled.
And I earned it.
What's the question?
Fucking rotten.
What's the question?
So what if
he
say
no to Cheesecake
Factory?
Factory?
He does all the great stuff.
Hold up. Because Boss J was interrupted. Go ahead. Say your question.
Fuck out of me.
Huh? Because my man he got a whole
He had a good question.
I got a whole question. I got to ask you something.
We listen.
I haven't talked the whole time.
So
not our problem.
Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
All right. So what if all those things are good? Like him calling you and making sure your day is good and he's like mentally stable in you and all that. But what if the dick is whack? Would you still feel the same way?
I feel like I would because
it's the connection.
For the sense of not trying to, because I'm also a person that I don't like to blast or embarrass people or nothing like that. I've been in relationships, long-term relationships with people with trash dick. Okay? Let me be very clear about that. And that's why I said women are emotional.
Is that settling? It is
settling. At the end of the day, it is settling, but it can also be looked at as not settling.
That's
if
only
you
if
realize that a relationship is bigger than what somebody can provide you sexually. 20 years down the line, my pussy and your dick not gonna work in 25 years. What do we have of value to give to each other when that shit is out the window?
Because sex isn't everything.
Sex is not everything. It's something else that people don't realize. Sex is teachable.
Sex is definitely teachable.
I don't give a fuck how trash somebody is in the bedroom. You can teach somebody how to please you. And there are plenty of tools and instruments out here to help you along the way.
A lot of toys.
Okay.
A lot of toys. A lot of pornos. Can we get the clap on that, please? Get the clap on.
Listen. Your sex does not have to be up to par in the beginning. Although mine was.
All you cheating ass fucking females out there, did you hear what the judge just said?
Sex is teachable.
Teach your motherfucking nigga.
And it goes for the men too. Teach your woman what you want from her. Like if my man come up to me and say, listen, like we had those conversations. We have it's an app called Paired, and we answer daily questions about our relationship, and we read each other's answers, and we have conversations, and we in-depth conversations about what we say in this app in regards to these questions, in regards to these quizzes and little tests that this app does. But it builds our relationship.
There's an app for this.
Can you advertise the app? Because I never.
It's called Paired. So it's a little purple app called Paired.
I want to download it.
You know it's serious when
and it gives you daily relationship questions. It gives you quizzes that you and your partner can take. It helps spark conversation in your relationship.
When I get a relationship, we doing that. It's like it's a card game called Start Conversation.
We do that too.
I love it.
From Ace Metaphor. Yes. We have all 10, 11 packs of the games from Ace Metaphor. We have game nights at home with just me and him in the house. The kids is going to bed. Me and you make a drink and we pull the cards out and we play cards with each other and we get to know one another.
Exactly.
When we play those sex card games and he say, you know what, I love your head. I just wish I could have it a little bit more. You want a little bit more? Say less. Say less.
You deserve to get married.
We in there. That's all you had to tell me. You want a little bit more, baby? Which we in the shower? Let's go.
I'm gonna be. And here's the real transparent. Here's the real transparency moment. Because I'm a fat girl. Okay.
I'm like, oh, don't touch my hair.
Not a surprise.
Go get your mama to suck your dick.
I got locks. I don't care about that. But
you see me?
I'm a big girl. It's a lot of body over here. I didn't ride niggas. Okay. I didn't ride niggas because I always had this fear and being self-conscious about my weight.
That's
like where I was like, I don't know if I want to sit on top of a nigga.
I don't want a skinny chick.
Like I don't want to do that, and it would be.
You want a skinny chick, Josh?
I know that men. I've been knew that niggas love push pals. Okay, we know that.
But that's where
Josh, he's married.
my insecurities fall right now.
We have our own insecurities, and men don't
I've
get
never been this way. I've always been a small girl.
I would like to announce to the world.
So I'm trying to come into myself as
that I ride my nigga.
Size girl.
I ride niggas now. I ride my nigga now.
I'm trying to get
Go ahead
now.
with your bad self, Judge.
I'm trying to get there.
Listen, what you have to do, but because that's the thing, he builds my self-confidence. Like where people say that it's important to have your own self-confidence, and it's true. It is important to have self-confidence, but sometimes the world has formed you to have these insecurities and for you to question yourself and you to feel like you're not enough. You don't look like this Instagram model. You don't have this Coke bottle shape. Like my nigga he feels all on me. He tell me how much he love my body. Like he makes me more confident in myself to where I'm like, you know what? I want to sit on top of you. Let me see what this about. Let's see what this is hitting for.
I know that's right.
Shout out to that. What's his name?
I will get there.
Dexter.
Shout out to you, Dexter.
Dizzy get busy.
Shit,
but
Dexter
I feel like
got the code.
Once I get a man that will actually
he be
appreciate,
finessing. He's a major finesser.
Appreciate my whole entire body, I will feel more comfortable.
What was that? Say that again.
When I find a man that appreciates my whole entire body, I will feel more comfortable.
It's not about that though.
It is for us. It is for me.
Instagram shit.
No, not Instagram. Not Instagram. For myself.
Look, a female, they are more conscious about their bodies than a male is.
It's not even necessarily this. It's not necessarily about being thin. So with me, I've never had this extra stomach that I had since before I had kids. It's nothing wrong with it, but it's a mind thing for me.
Men have to realize that it's not about what they see. It's about what we see when we look at ourselves. We have to be confident with what we see.
But you got to be able to look at something to even think something like that. Right? Am I right?
No, because this is what happens. You get what
I care about how the woman make me feel. I don't give a fuck about your weight.
But how do you make her feel in the midst of it?
I want to make it however it takes.
Are you just standing there like this, or are you actually loving on
it? I love it. I love on it.
That's different. Not every man doesn't do that. All
every man does not do that,
and that's the issue.
But those are the guys. Those are not the good guys.
But you know, it's not even necessarily that they're not good guys.
That's like on Instagram. Or
they don't understand.
Those are the guys who are only looking for women to please them. Mm-hmm. See, the difference with my man is my man goes into sex to please me. And he gets pleasured in the process. But the first goal at hand is for me to be pleasured.
He wants you to go first.
He want me to go first. And when a man can enter into a situation with the idea that I am trying to please my woman, and because I'm pleasing my woman, she gonna make sure that I'm pleased in the process.
So there's a song by Rico Love called.
But what if it's the other way around? What if the woman wants to please? Make
I
sure
go into sex wanting my man to be pleased, but that's for me to worry about. That's not for him to worry about.
But how would you know who wants to go first? Like
whoever initiates
rock paper scissors? Or
no, it's not rock paper scissors.
It's the flow.
Almost, I'm gonna just be real with you. Almost every time I get mine first.
That's how I'm over this shit.
Almost every time I get mine first.
Is that because you more into it and he's?
No, it's because his idea is to pleasure me, and then we pleasure each other. So I go first. Always. Ladies first.
That is a man that really appreciates a woman. That is really a man I appreciate. Like my old relationship.
Men would have better sex lives if they approach sex like that.
The guy wanted to make sure you was good.
Yeah, all the time. He always did that. Like, I'm sick of you, man.
No, because what men in the code that men have not realized yet, and I don't understand it because this is clear as day, it's in black and white, and it's written on the walls. A woman that realizes that you want to please her,
she gonna be real nasty
will
for
please you.
She gonna do anything you want. She gonna be real nasty for you.
I don't care what this nigga tell me.
Are you saying you rather be pleased first than her get pleased?
Nah, you do her first.
No, he was asking if it's a process. Like, do y'all take turns?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Like I understand the man. Like she said, her man wants to make sure she's pleased, right? But what if what if she wants to be? What if she want to please him first?
He will welcome that.
Make sure
he will welcome that.
Baby, I'm gonna go first.
Do they talk about that? That's what I'm saying. That's what
no, you don't talk. It's
you're not gonna talk about it.
It happens in the moment. I'm gonna you trying to go down on me? Baby, come on up. I'm about to do you first, and I'm gonna lay you back down.
We don't gotta talk about it. We don't gotta talk about it. It don't gotta be a discussion.
Niggas go into it first. Know what I mean? They be like, yo, babe, let me get some or whatever. Know what I mean? A lot of niggas do that shit first.
That's where they fail.
But if you chilling, know what I mean, and she just
that's her want to please
that's
you,
her
make sure
wanting
you
to please
good.
you.
But if you like, babe, nah, I wanna knock that ass down right now. That she was trying to make her.
But you don't say it. You do it in your action.
I'm also a woman that I believe that it is very possible for a man to get bored. Just because there's possibility for women to get bored.
Definitely.
So I don't ever want to give my man too much too often, because then you feel like, you're entitled to it. This is what you're supposed to get. Like, and he probably approaches this differently, and that's probably something that we debate back and forth about. But like, I want to please you, but I want to blow your mind so you remember who you fucking with.
Exactly.
And I can't do that too often, because then it becomes your norm, and then you like, yeah, this is what this bitch supposed to do. Go ahead, do that. Nah.
But why is that? Is that a problem? How's that a problem?
It's not a problem, but complacency breeds boredness.
Yes.
Boredom. Complacency breeds boredom,
and that's where
you have to keep people on your toes. We got a book that says what the new sex position is every day. We got the games that we play with each other. There's a lot of things we do to keep it sexy in our relationship. We about to go to the Poconos for Valentine's Day. It's about to be fucking all over.
And that is why Jess is open to those things.
She's
like me.
Mirrors at the top.
I'm okay with bringing another female because it spices it up.
Got to keep it spicy.
She's the same way. It's not always every week type of thing. No, it's a once in a while.
I'm not topping you off every day. That's too much.
So what if it's
I'm bringing another joint in so we can enjoy each other
and the guy think that
enjoy
you
her at the
lacking
same
on the
time.
sex?
If he specifically says that to me, then I want to say, okay, what can I do to make sex more enjoyable for you? Because I'm getting mine every time.
Right. I'm going to up my game for you.
I don't have no complaints. I don't got no issues with you. What I need to know is now, what do I need to do better? Like, we have those open communications. The problem is sex is such a taboo conversation between men and women, and that's why a lot of these bitches are sitting around unsatisfied. It makes me sick to my stomach to see a woman say she ain't never had an orgasm in her life. Bitch, how are you living?
Hold up.
That you ain't never had an orgasm.
Hold up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pause this.
Why?
Because this episode over.
This
one is.
We didn't get to the other topics. Damn. I had topics. Okay, come on.
We gonna do this again.
Sex and
you know what I'm saying? But no, we're gonna bring that up. It's gonna be a part 2. It's gonna be a part 2.
I was wondering.
Judge is pretty good. I like
topics.
Judges.
That's what I thought. It went right through that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get the topics, man.
I barely taught that fucking episode.
I'm sorry.
This ain't even our podcast.
I'm gonna be quiet the second one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet the second one.
No, Judge, you was good.
Don't
Judge, you was motherfucking good.
He said,
Cause you put all
bitches
facts
need to
out
hear
there.
that shit.
You put all
Nah,
the
that's
facts
like
out there.
He said, Judge.
Not much to find except the sun on my face, and it feels right. Had gotten used to the silence of the night. The thought of your arms, I'm already safe. Thought I had done it all, but I got some grace. Even a bit of time and space. Reset on my heart and a brand new slate. You make me feel like I can love again. You make me feel like I can love again. Ain't no redemption tasted oh so sweet. Leap of faith and I landed on my feet. Up in the air, it's so easy to breathe. Double my hopes and gave them back to me. You make me feel like I can love again. You make me feel like I can love again. You made me feel The Gemini Music Group.